First stream of 2019, first video of 2019, and I have absolutely nothing planned for this video. I'm just going to chat to you guys. You know, the stream, the video will just progress depending on who pops up, who says what, and what direction we go into, depending on the news, etc. that we explore. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas and Happy New Year. First day of the year. I think I'm going to stay on for about an hour and 10 minutes, then I'm going to my parents for good old-fashioned New Year's Day dinner. So, let me check everything's okay. I think it is. Yeah, so as far as what's happening in 2019, I mean, I think traditionally what happens over Christmas is everything slows down as far as news, as far as developments. I've certainly seen that in the SafeCoin team as well, just where, you know, a lot of people are taking time off to spend time with their families, which I think is good. I think it's good. I don't think working throughout the holidays and never taking any time off is good for anyone. Hey Hugh, hope you had a good Christmas and New Year, mate. So yeah, I don't think we had a lot of news over Christmas, but I think that, you know, maybe in a week's time, maybe next Monday or something, we're going to start to see a lot of news starting to come through as far as major announcements, as far as developments, or perhaps even with new coins being announced as well. Happy New Year, mate. As far as prices go, well, I'm not sure if you guys have been checking it. I haven't really been actively checking it, if I'm honest. We've got, I mean, this is CoinMarketCap. I know it's not as close to the real price as TradingView or Coinbase Pro or anything like that. But we've got Bitcoin sitting about 4,200, Ripple 35 cents, Ethereum at $135, Bitcoin Cash just under 160, EOS at $259, $2.59. We've got Stellar at 11 cents, Tether $1.02, Litecoin $30.90, Bitcoin SV $90.37, and just nearly at 2 cents we've got Tron. I mean, you can see everything follows Bitcoin here as far as the pattern here. And if you set it to Bitcoin, you can see what has went against the grain. That is ridiculous. I don't know what that project is. I assume this is a project that's just been relaunched or something. Yeah, I'm sure that's... Yeah, that's ridiculous. That looks like a project that's just been relaunched and then it's pulled a silly price from some website and it somehow got to the top of the rankings because of some pump and dump. So I wouldn't read into that too much. It's not even worth exploring that. Anyway, hi Chaos, Happy New Year, mate. Afternoon, Nollis, good to see you. Yeah, I think every one of those coins are linked to Bitcoin, so they're all going to follow the same progression. The same jumps, the same dumps, pumps and dumps. Hi Bobby, when does Ethereum fork? Any news? I haven't seen anything about it. I mean, they've been talking about Ethereum going proof of stake for like a year and a half, 2 years now, so I don't know. No, the same. Frankly, most alts will go to tits, so we'll never really have a fiat value, a direct fiat value anyway. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest problem with a lot of these alts is that the projects just get, you know, abandoned or they don't follow the roadmap. I mean, that's one of the things I did notice in the second half of, well, I mean, I noticed it earlier on in 2018, but I think I became a little bit more critical towards the second half of 2018 as far as looking at a roadmap and a white paper and all that, just as a promise or really a suggestion as to here's what we might do, because so many projects that I covered in the first half of the year were dropped or the developers simply didn't do what they said they would do, and yeah, a little bit disappointing, but that's what it is. Hey Crypto, thanks for keeping us all entertained, sharing your knowledge. Well, I'm not sure I'd call it knowledge. Simply reporting what I see. What do you think of the FPGA Black Miner? I've not seen that, Bobby. I can have a look at it just now. I've not seen it myself. FPGA black miner. See if I can get this. The black miner F1, is that the one you're talking about? The black miner F1. The black miner F1. Is this it here? Is this it? I hope there's a white miner for balance. The world's most powerful and efficient FPGA altcoin miner, black miner F1 review. So this was a few months ago. I can't remember if I've checked this in a live stream. I can't remember. I might have. I checked a couple of FPGAs in a live stream a few months. This is the problem with live streams. You know, you do a live stream and it's like 3 or 4 hours long. And it's hard to remember every single thing you cover. I remember looking at a couple of FPGAs in November. Can you tell us more about it, Bobby? As far as the price and all that. This isn't there. I'd like to go to the official Nestle show. I'm leaving Nestle, by the way, because these bottles are crap. I'll pick up some. I like the bottles that I can reuse again a few times before I throw them out. These bottles are terrible. Where is there an official? Oh, here we go. Official website. Hash altcoin. I actually saw that there and I didn't realize it was the real website. Hash altcoin. So this is the Bitcoin talk. So the Bitcoin talk announcement was way back August 17th. Here we go. Here we go. Right, I'll share this link just so that you guys can see this. The best bottle for waters are Voss. Never looked at those. Are those like plastic ones? Tech took it apart and it is so it's an Antminer L3, right? I want to have a look at the website here as far as what they're saying. The sales talk and all that. Just a simple configuration, then you can mine varied kind of altcoin flexibly. That's a bizarre word to use. Flexibly? Is that even a word? Right. Fast ship out, hosting option, flexible configuration, stable and reliable, best mine, and those just look like generic. I mean, are those real pictures or are those just stock images? What do you think? Right. Let's explore this. $2,500. Wow. Hi Max, Happy New Year, mate. So yeah, as Bobby was saying there, this is the Antminer L3 effectively, and looking at it, it does look like one. I've not owned an Antminer, any Antminer, but I mean I know what some of the more popular ones look like. Well, I mean all Antminers look like this. They're just boring silver units with a big fan stuck at the end. Black Miner F1, $2,500. Then there's a single. Right, let's see this. So, like, that guy's article, if I go back to that article, I'm assuming this guy just pulled the figures here from the official website. So, they've got here, Latitude 53 mega hashes per second, Skycoin. Let me see. I mean, those are the problem with these kind of a lot of these FPGA miners. The problem that I find with a lot of these FPGA miners is that they seem to be limited to a lot of kind of bizarre algorithms. This is probably my biggest complaint with some of these algorithms, and it's one of the biggest complaints I had as well when I looked at the FPGA accelerator things. The GPU accelerators, is that they were limiting you to Latitude Z, which is, I guess, one of the most popular ones there, but a lot of these other bizarre algorithms, and it sounds good on paper, but then you realize that you're limited to mining specific projects, and a lot of these projects are new, they're not established, or as Bobby's putting a lot more bluntly than I am, crap coins. Yes, there's a lot of crap coins. There's always a good project in there, you know, sometimes there's a good project in there. But a lot of these kind of less, you know, more unique algorithms, there's not many good projects on them. Well, I don't want to generalize say that, but they're certainly not established ones. Stock images from the Getty mining farm library. Yeah. Have you been keeping up with Bitmain news? Seems like they've been having a bit of a nightmare of late. Not really, no. I saw some articles where they were talking about the... what do you call him? Jiwan Wu? Is that correct? Is that the chairman's name? He was going to step down because of, you know, what they did. I think their biggest problem is that if I'll, you know, and I've never heard an official statement with from Bitmain about this, but I think that the biggest problem was that they invested heavily in Bitcoin Cash, and that project has kind of went tits up compared to where it was a year before. So they really should have been converting the money to fiat. Apparently they put a lot of their money into Bitcoin Cash, and yeah, I think that's the biggest one. Jim, what's wrong with good old tap water? Can I just point out this is good old tap water? I mainly buy big water bottles simply so I can use the bottle. I probably should just buy plastic ones, but I'm lazy. I use the same water bottle 5 or 6 times, then throw it out. Yeah, I saw the same thing, Knowledge, where they were talking about Bitmain being more profitable than Nvidia. But Nvidia, I think it's safe to say, has got a more stable company, one that isn't reactive to the market as much as Bitmain goes. Seems like they've gone from being more profitable. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's as far as news goes, I mean, I'm a big fan of tap water myself. I hope Bitmain goes down. The problem I've got with the kind of ASIC mining industry as a whole is that, you know, is that Bitmain are so dominant. But, you know, I welcome competition. But if you look at like ASIC miner value, you look at the website. In fact, let's just look at the website rather than, you know, I'm sitting here with a browser. I'm sitting here with a browser, and I can actually show you guys this through the magic of television. No, if you actually look at ASIC miner value here, you can see there's a lot of different makes coming out here. You've got Silicon, Baikal, MicroBT, Spondoolies. What I've generally found with all these different brands is that when you compare all these different brands, and it's good that there's all these different ones competing, competition is good, certainly for consumers. But what you'll find is that, generally speaking, when you look at the price of these units from a price point to hash rate point of view, they're nearly always about double the price of a Bitmain equivalent. So it's really hard to recommend these from a pricing point of view. Plus, a lot of these ones, you know, I've did a lot of kind of news style videos about these units when they've been released, and I've said, oh, these look interesting. And then 3 or 4 months later, someone in live stream has said, yeah, they're only shipping them now, 3 or 4 months after someone's paid for them. And I found that I'm not going to call anyone out because I really don't know which one's which, but there was a couple of these ASIC mining companies, and they take the money up front from someone and then they don't deliver for another 3 or 4 months. So that's bad practice, and that's something I think has to be addressed. So I can sit here and criticize Bitmain and say that they are the enemy, though these guys are the bad guys, but none of these other companies are really stepping up and filling the void or really giving any kind of good alternative from an investment point of view. It wouldn't be totally accurate to say that Bitmain wrecked GPU mining, but they had a large role in it. That's for sure. Yeah. Without a doubt, ASIC mining has influenced GPU mining. And you know, and you go back further, GPU mining affected CPU mining. None of these things happen in a vacuum, and they all kind of, you know, factor in against each other. But I think, yeah, definitely ASIC mining, I think it really did play a big part in how certain projects went this year and what happened to them. And whenever any project changes their algorithm, it's never popular. Even if they do it for the right reasons, it's never popular. It always pisses a lot of people off. It's one of those things. Isn't the only way around it to constantly switch algos. I would agree with that, Max. I would agree with that. And I think really that's the only time you can really say that any project is anti-ASIC or ASIC resistant. That's the only time any cryptocurrency project can say we are we are ASIC resistant, because really from a technical point of view, no such thing exists. And I've seen a lot of these new projects on Bitcoin Talk. They'll say we're nice hash resistant, we're ASIC resistant, we're this resistant and all this. But when push comes to shove, a lot of these projects, when a new ASIC comes out or a new FPGA or a new whatever that can actually mine their coin, their algorithm, they don't do anything because it requires a lot of work to change. Monero stepped up and they backed up that they are an ASIC resistant coin. And we saw some other projects as well this year when the Z9 minis come out. They switched from Equihash 1445 to 192. That's when you can say you're ASIC resistant, when the project is saying we're going to fundamentally change how you mine our coin in order to stop ASICs, to stop NiceHash, to stop FPGAs, to stop whoever it is. But this is the problem, because I've seen it. I saw a lot of projects. And they would say we are ASIC resistant and all that, and then when an ASIC did come out for their algorithm, they did nothing, and they said, well, we've looked at the pros and the cons. No, I was saying you'd have to think that some of the existing tech juggernauts like Samsung will get in the mining game. There's a lot of rumours suggesting that they will, Nollis. I don't know, it's been kind of quiet in the news from them. There's kids outside Nollis' house singing Jingle Bells. Yeah, that's a bit bizarre. Max saying, any algorithm that gets popular enough will be ASIC to death, right? Yes, effectively. Because what happens is, when a project does well, when it has value, when there's a lot of people mining it, then there is a financial reason to develop a product that can mine it at a more efficient rate. It's a new ant miner, then you find Chinese dust from 2 months of mining prior to selling to you. Agreed. Yeah. That's another issue. And yet these algo switching coins on X16R, X16S are never super popular. What's the biggest coin in that algorithm? Raven. Raven's one. I mean, there's a lot of other coins coming out using these kind of new algorithms. The ones that switch around a lot. As far as news goes, let's have a look at Reddit. Cryptocurrency Best of 2018 Awards. Best post, best. No, I thought that was actually going to be something different. Stellar co-founder brands 90% of crypto projects BS. It's really hard to argue with someone when you come out with a statement like that. It really is. Backed raises 182.5 million first capital raise. Partners investors in the first round include Boston Consulting Group. Wow, they've got a lot of big players there. Microsoft's venture. So what's this company do? Backs 2018 objectives. I was thinking it was... Who's backed? I've heard of that name before. Backs Bitcoin futures. That's maybe we've heard it before. It's kind of... I don't know where I sit on that. What do you guys think about the whole Bitcoin futures thing? I kind of breached this subject, I think it was a month ago or so, where a lot of these people are saying that we need all these investors to come in and bet on Bitcoin futures, and this will be a catalyst for Bitcoin to grow and for crypto to grow. But it just seems like more like all these financial guys gambling, and I'd rather that money went into development investments rather than futures. I don't know. Maybe I don't have as good an understanding of that whole side of it. Mr. Choo Choo! Muddy! Hey Muddy Funster! What's your thoughts on this Proof of Keys Day? I've not heard of that, Nollis. What's that? I am clearly out of the loop here. Proof of Keys Day. Prepare for crypto chaos. How did I miss this? January 3rd, proof of keys. I am literally just reading about this. I've been out the loop for the last week or so. I've not been reading news, which I normally do. But hey, it is the celebration of the birth of Christ. No, I've not been following this at all. If this ever... Right, okay, that website's clearly not going to load. Oh, now it does, just when I click back. Too much whiskey. No, actually... No whiskey. I didn't drink at all. When I was in Vegas, I had one frozen margarita and one beer. But apart from that, I've not had alcohol in like 8 months. And this is the second Christmas and New Year in a row where I was completely dry. I didn't drink. Happy New Year, Flood of Sins. Kev's just been eating mince pies and ignoring the crypto news, pretty much. I've not been too bad with eating crap, if I'm honest. I went running on Christmas Day and Boxing Day. I went running today as well. Those 2 drinks cost $200. Right, this website isn't loading, so I'm not going to show that. Right. Proof of Keys Day is an annual celebration of decentralized cryptocurrency started by Trezor. The idea is that leading up to January 3rd, 2019, knowledgeable users should exercise the option of withdrawing their cryptos off exchanges and into wallets that hold private keys. Most, though not all, cryptos allow you to do this. You can usually find a convenient yet secure light wallet. Have you suspected that your favourite crypto's price is being manipulated by exchanges? POK Day is a way to audit your crypto exchange and ensure that they have all the cryptos in hand. Oh, right, okay. Oh, yeah, well, I support that. I do support that. And that's certainly one of the risks with cryptocurrency exchanges is that they've withdraw, the funds and they don't have the money to back up what they say they've got there. I mean, I don't have a ton of money on any exchange. I've got a little bit of money in Safe Trade, I think, but apart from that, I don't really have any money anywhere. So it's not something that really concerns me too much. But I think, yeah, definitely if there's people out there got a lot of money in exchanges, it would certainly, it's good to keep the exchanges on their toes. Definitely. I think that's always going to be good to keep exchanges on their toes. We'll just catch up with the comments here. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow with it with the comments. Backed is not just futures, it's much more. Bring not just Wall Street gamblers, it's bringing merchants and institutions and much more. Microsoft, for example. Thanks, Muddy. I really don't know a lot about that, and you probably did see that. You probably guessed that when I was talking about it. I'll need to look more into the whole thing. But I think it is good. I think, yeah, definitely from... I mean, what I was trying to say with the whole futures thing is I would rather see a lot of money going into investments and getting behind projects and things like that rather than people gambling on the price of a coin, essentially. Not gambling, you know what I mean, with Bitcoin futures. But I do realise and I do appreciate that bringing these people into cryptocurrency just as a whole is very good. Alcohol isn't that great. Well, and you know, towards the second half of my life, the way, you know, I'm not drinking alcohol mainly because of health reasons, but I've had so many crazy drinking nights all over the world behind me that I don't feel I'm missing out. So some people go off alcohol at a young age. People drink their whole lives. So I'm not here going to criticize everyone, but I've had enough crazy drinking nights and weekends and weeks where I don't feel, if I never drink again in my life, I won't feel I've missed out because I've had my share. I think the younger generation is drinking less so. Muddy Funster, I was sick and home alone at Christmas. My girlfriend and daughter were in Russia visiting grandparents. All I got for Christmas was a face flannel. Oh, that sucks, mate. That's unlucky. So how come, could you not go over to Russia as well, or was it work or something you had to stay back for? Ah, that's good, Bobby. I've still got 2 hardware wallets to review. I've got like 4 wallets here sitting that I need to review. two that I need to review, and then I'd like to do some comparisons. I've been so busy, I've not been able to do it. There's a lot of people in my gym today. My gym isn't open, which is why I went out and did a 9-mile run. It's not open tomorrow either, which is a pain. Maybe do another run. Yeah, you're always gonna see a lot of people in January out there, you know, with their new resolutions to get fit again, and then a month later they disappear. And I'm not criticising anyone that, you know, fair play to anyone who's trying to lose weight and all that, but they never seem to, you know, the majority of people don't seem to stick through it. Put it one way, in the last few weeks in December, the gym was empty compared to what it's normally like. Gym will be crowded for a week or two, yep. Also, Wall Street gamblers. Yeah, I mean, it shows you. I mean, I guess what that shows you with the future investments with Backed is that there's a lot of people still wanting, you know, they still want to get involved in cryptocurrency. They still want to invest in it. Nolly saying youngsters don't drink now. 18-year-old nephew drinks one-sided over the course of several hours. I mean, hopefully I think that's a good thing. Looking back on my generation and our generation, we did not drink sensibly. Or boring, depending on your point of view. There's definitely a kind of generation gap that arises every 10 years, every 20 years. I mean, hey Richard, I mean, I don't consider myself an old man, and I don't consider myself someone who's got old, you know, out of date views, but I can certainly look at people from like my dad's generation and say that a lot of those people are racist. But then at the same time, I can look on social media today and say that a lot of the younger generation, you know, the people in the early 20s and all that, are snowflakes, and they complain about anything and everything is an outrage, and they're so upset about everything, and I can't relate to that at all. So I'm kind of in the middle of both of those generations, and I don't know, it's kind of weird the way that it goes, but I think it is hard from people my age to relate to this constant outrage that people have on social media. I just, don't get me wrong, I use social media to complain about things every now and then as well, but it's weird. Did you see the video of how to hack hardware wallets? Oh, I don't know if I want to see that. No, I've not seen it yet. I've not seen it yet, Christopher. Generation X, clearly the best generation. Yeah, I think that's why I'm Generation X. I think Generation X it ends in 1981 or 2, I think. Like birth years. High Fire. Great things waiting for us in 2018. I am working on a unique concept where people can lend me money and I pretend to give them interest on it. I'm thinking of calling it Lit Connect. If you give me a 70% referral commission, I'll happily promote that. You can only hack it if you actually physically get hold of the wallet. There's a few guys I was talking to at the conference in November, where they said it was very easy to hack pretty much the majority of these hardware wallets if you get a hold of them. As far as some of the techniques they were talking about was quite interesting, as far as you freeze the device and then it freezes the RAM, and then you basically get in it. You know, when they started talking about freezing the actual device and all this, like, I was finding it hard to follow it, but it does seem like there's a lot of ways to actually do it. But physically just hiding your hardware wallets is probably the biggest part of protecting your money. Right, I got derails. Right, okay. Let's see what else has been happening. Good ways of enabling passive income through cryptocurrency. Yeah, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. We should do something as a community to get CoinMarketCap and other sites to stop listing scam exchanges. It's no surprise to anyone that there are a lot of Chinese rip-offs and scam exchanges popping up recently. In fact, almost all the fake ones or scammy ones have way more volume than the real counterpart due to wash trading. I feel that as a community should raise awareness on this issue. Real Deal, BitMEX, Bitfinex, Coinbase, Coinbean, DigiFinex, CoinMEX. I don't know if you see. Did you guys see the video I did about this? See the video I did about this? I think it was a couple of weeks ago, where the report highlighted the fact that it's something like 98% of exchanges are reporting fake volume. In fact, most of them are reporting trading volume 100 times higher than actually than is actually being there's actually going on in the exchange. So they're pushing out these official figures on their API to other websites like CoinMarketCap, and yet the real exchange volume is 100 times less. This is certainly an issue. I would certainly agree with what this guy's trying to suggest here. I think we do need websites like CoinMarketCap and other websites to have more, kind of take more due diligence. They do seem to have a process as far as reviewing exchanges, as far as reviewing coins, as far as only allowing certain things to get listed, etc. But I think they need to go a little bit further than that, and they can't just trust the API figures that are reported, because it's so easy to manipulate those. Also, I think more people need to understand that market cap is absolutely meaningless, really, because it's just pointless, based on how many coins that a project has. And, all you have to do is look down this list and you'll see coins that are forked from Bitcoin, and then they automatically get 17 million or 18 million coins, whatever it is. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, there are a number of alternatives to CoinMarketCap. CoinGecko's one. What was the other one? There's another one that someone was talking about a lot. It says to use more than CoinMarketCap. From a volume, from a traffic point of view, CoinMarketCap, I believe, is still the best one. I'll look at CoinGecko then. I'll look at CoinGecko. Maybe this is the one I should start using on my websites and on my streams. Max, from the ledger site, in particular, they did not succeed to extract any seed nor pin on a stolen device. Every sensitive asset stored on the secure element remains secure. I think from a hardware wallet security point of view, I think that given enough time, enough resources, enough energy, enough people interested in doing it, I think that every hardware wallet can be hacked eventually. I think just from, a lot of these people, the hackers, they're very, very intelligent people. And if they actually get their hands on a physical hardware wallet and they have enough time and dedication and experience to hack it, I wouldn't be confident in those funds being secure. I would think that those funds would eventually be hacked. I think Muddy Funster said, I think a lot of miners are selling on OTC market over the counter, and that is not represented on CoinMarketCap. That's a fair point. In fact, when talking to the two people that I know that are into crypto, we talk the lizard is red or the lizard is green in reference to the market. Happy New Year, Fancy. Max saying, in short, they demonstrated that physically modifying the Ledger Nano S and installing a malware on the victim's PC could allow a nearby attacker to sign a transaction after the PIN is entered and the Bitcoin app is launched. I think that's certainly one of the biggest risks as far as when you go to use your Ledger or your hardware wallet, when you actually connect to the internet on a laptop or PC. If that PC is infected, then that's when there's always going to be a risk, I think. Trace Meyer says the best wallet solution is Armory using 2 computers, one offline. 2030 when we can save Bitcoin into our minds. You never know. You never know. Alright, let's see what other news is here. So a lot of these, is this from? Yeah, most of this is from today. Over the last 3 years, Wells Fargo Bank got caught, paid government $2.7 billion in total fines, penalties for rip-offs. Yet, bank's profits over the same 3 years equals $60 billion. Total fines, penalties, 4.7% of profits. No wonder banks keep ripping us off. I hate reading about this stuff because it's always true, and it just shows you the mainstream media isn't even reporting this. They're not making a big deal about this, and yet they're focusing lots of articles on, you know, how much it costs to mine a Bitcoin and the environmental impact, despite the fact that a lot of places that are mining Bitcoin are quite eco-friendly. And a lot of the time, we're seeing a lot of Bitcoin mining farms as well that are using energy that would be lost if it wasn't used. And that's not being covered. And this isn't being covered either. It's very biased, really is biased. Not saying to be honest, as long as you're sensible, your computer doesn't get screwed over, and no one can get their mitts on the hardware wallet, it's unlikely that anyone can nick your monies. True, yeah. We talked about that knowledge. We talked about how we should really get like a physical hardware wallet to put it, and then hide that, and then put the wallets in that. It's one of those ones. I mean, I think imagine if you put yourself in a situation, or you're lucky enough to be in a situation where you have a lot of money, really you should be I mean, what do you think of this? Say you had £1 million, $1 million worth of Bitcoin. What do you do with it? How do you keep it safe? Do you keep it in one location in your house? Do you store it across 20 different wallets, 100 different wallets? Do you put some in Coinbase? Do you put some, you know, somewhere else? Do you hide the keys different places? Hide the code somewhere? What's the safest way to do it so that in a worst case scenario, you lose one wallet but not all of them? It's interesting, you know, it's interesting because I saw with the one with the Winklevoss brothers, what one is it, Genesis or Gemini? They were splitting their private keys across 3 different banks with these super vaults so that no one could get to it. Nola saying if he had $1 million worth of Bitcoin, I'd spread it. Main attacks are worried about is a hardware wallet that's been tampered with before you buy it. Yeah, that's always a concern as well, Max. Yeah. Different public safes, for example, bank safes, bank. Yeah, that's a good point, Muddy. What you could do is you could split up. You could put the codes in the wallets in zip drives and hardware wallets, and then store those wallets with, you know, in a secure lock in a bank. You know, the ones you see in the Born Identity and all that kind of thing. Those kind of banks where you turn up and you walk in with your red bin bag, and you get it there. And you hide a gun and like 4 different passports in there as well. Not suggesting anyone should get out there and do that. From the Bank of Nigeria. Give me the monies. Rules of survival. Steam. What is the best crypto to invest for starting now? Oh, that's a hot potato of a question. You're going to get 1,000 different answers from that, mate. You really will get 1,000 different answers depending on, you know, what everyone thinks. Some people swear by Bitcoin. Some people swear with altcoins. It really depends what your aversion to risk is as well, and what you're looking to do with your money as well. If you're looking for the most, you know, the safest investment, I think it's fair to say that the safest investment as far as getting a return would have to be Bitcoin at this point. But, you know, if you want a bigger return, are you going to get that return with Bitcoin? I don't know. I'm not a trader though, so I mean, I'm definitely not the best person in the world to ask about what's the best project. There are a lot of good projects out there as well, and I think it's up to you to do research and find projects where they're being updated a lot. They're trying to get integrated into the real world. That for me, that's one of the biggest things for me, is that I want to see projects where they're trying to actually have real world use cases for those coins. I want to see the coins to be used. That's why I really like the Bitcoin Z payment terminal thing. I really liked seeing that. And as much as you crap on coins like Ripple and all these other projects, they are being implemented and they're building partnerships with banks and all these other things. So I don't know. There's many ways to do this. I think that's what we all learned in 2018. Scammers were selling ledgers on Amazon with pre-filled seed words and people fell for it. That's unfortunate. You'd like to think anyone with a little bit of money would just clear it at the start when they realised it wasn't asking for it. Okay, but the Bitcoin is very high and most expensive. Yeah, but you don't have to buy one full Bitcoin. You can buy $50 worth of Bitcoin. Again, it comes down to what you're trying to do. If you're looking to turn $100 into $150 or $200 by the end of the year, maybe Bitcoin is the one to do. Or maybe not. I mean, again, it depends to your aversion to risk. It depends on what you're looking for as far as a return goes. Some people are looking for a return in weeks or months. Some people want to put money in it and come back in 5 or 10 years' time. I'm not a Bitcoin evangelist, and I'm not someone that even holds any Bitcoin at this point. But I think if we're honest with ourselves, it's very hard to argue with the fact that Bitcoin is the most well known. It's the daddy. It's the daddy of crypto. Bitcoin Z's worth less than your socks right now. Let's see what else we've got here. Time recognises importance of cryptocurrency. Iran labels Telegram's coin a threat to national security. Shitcoin that may not be referenced becomes 18th largest crypto on CoinMarketCap. Yeah, I think that's the one, the Paragon one that I saw. Yeah, that's the one that I talked about at the start of the stream, where they basically shot up. It's just a pump and dump thing, which seems to be anyway. CEO becomes first crypto billionaire to pledge bulk of his wealth towards the greater good. Well, there's something nice for 2019. Someone who's made a lot of money and is going to use it for the greater good and help the world. Brian Armstrong. How much is this guy worth? Okay. His net worth is clocked in between $900 million and $1 billion in February. You'd like to think, though, Coinbase is going to be huge over the next few years, so this guy is going to get richer and richer and richer. This guy will be, have 10 billion or 100 billion in a few years' time. That's pretty good, though. I mean, we've seen Bill Gates obviously doing that. There's a few others. Happy New Year. I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce your name right here. Is it Stigin? Stigin? Is it Dutch? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right. I heard Stella is the real Ripple. Coinbase have added a lot of coins recently, though, haven't they? Ah, it's Dutch. Cool. I don't know why this popped up on my YouTube feed, my home feed, but I watched like a 30-minute documentary on how the Netherlands basically built all their dams and added the additional states into their country like 50 years ago, and really interesting, quite fascinating that they reclaimed so much land. Yeah, it's, and it wasn't recent; it was years ago as well. I think the last one was finished in the 80s. Pretty cool. And I'd like to visit Holland again. I've only been to Amsterdam. I've not really explored the country. Look at this one. 2019 will be the year of the mobile crypto wallet. I think that's a fair assumption. I think that's a fair assumption. I'm not going to read this wall of text, but you're welcome to. I'll link it here if you do want to read it. But yeah, I do think that's a fair assessment. We are seeing more and more mobile wallets, and we're seeing more hardware wallets where the mobile wallet is just as important as the physical hardware wallet. you know, this kind of like this kind of thing where you get a mobile app and you can use this as a hardware wallet for the public keys and things like that. So it's going to be good to see what else we see. And we've seen a lot of these new Android phones coming out as well that can be used as crypto wallets as well. So this is maybe what we're going to see the next few years as well, where your phone becomes some sort of way to store, you know, some sort of hardware wallet that shows your public keys, etc. Max XX, if any phone has built-in hardware wallet, it would be cool if iPhones had it. I think for me though, what the questions that kind of arise for me with these hardware wallets is, how long will these phones be updated? How long will they be supported? Will they get the latest versions of Android? If not, well, the security risks with that. What happens, you know, these batteries will be enclosed in the case. What happens when the battery dies? Then you need to send it back to the company. What happens when you do send it back to the company? What if it takes you a month to get that back? Who's actually accessing that phone when the battery's dead and they're replacing the battery? That person has access now to that phone. There's a lot of questions that arise with wallets, with mobile phones, as far as storing funds go. I wouldn't like to store funds on a mobile phone right now, I don't think. I'd prefer to use like a hardware wallet that I can put in a safe. I do like the idea of it though, but I just know that from the phone world, there's a lot of problems with new companies. I'd have more trust in something like, you know, Samsung or something coming out with a phone that's going to support it for years. But if you look at Andy Rubin's Essential phone that came out the other year, they come out with a great fanfare. 6 months down the line, there's no updates. The phone is half the price than it was 6 months before. And, you know, basically there's no support. Lifetime updates mean 3 months at most. So, you know, just the actual nature of updating phones and keeping them secure. And then if there's a problem with the phone, if you lose your phone, there's a lot of questions that arise for me. So I wouldn't feel secure storing a huge amount of money there. For a couple of $100, anything under $1,000, fine. But for a significant amount of money, I would prefer a hardware wallet, personally. I don't know what you guys think about that. We are Flevoland, a province that is man-made. That might have been one of the ones that I saw. There was like 2 big states that were kind of created, a province that was created. Mobile crypto wallets, do you mean the hardware hybrid like phones? I think that's what the guy was referring to, or apps. Hugh predicts Bitcoin will be 17 grand by the end of the year or early 2020. Knowledge saying any significant holdings I'd want in cold storage and lower amounts are fine. Software wallets like Coinamite, so basically they're overkill for the latter but too risky for the former. Yeah, I like the Coinamite app. It's not perfect. You kind of get screwed with the conversions with what do you call the? I have to check my phone actually. What do you call the built-in apps? Shapely, sorry. You kind of get screwed with the fees with those ones. But as far as just storing $10, $20, you know, low amounts of money, a couple of $100, even if it's just sending some dust from exchanges, it's great to use them. Just keep your private keys and all that for it. But for any significant amount of money, I wouldn't store it on any phone. I wouldn't anyway. But, you know, what's significant to me as far as what's significant from a financial point of view is maybe different for someone who makes a ton of money. Maybe they'd be happy keeping $10,000 and happy losing it if they don't get it. Muddy Funds, I store 0 on Coinamite. I may even delete BlueStacks and Coinamite from my computer. BlueStacks is an Android emulator for the PC. I've not got it on my PC. I've just got it on my phone. Dologore, I don't know why I pronounce that way. Dologore, mobile phones for out and about, expensive, agree. Your participation in Proof of Keys Day. We were actually talking about this earlier on. I wasn't familiar with this movement, but I don't really have any money on exchanges, any significant money anyway. I think I've got maybe a couple. I think I can't remember. I might have withdrew it. I might have a few $100s on SafeTrade, and that's it. I really don't have any money to cause any problems for any exchange. I do support it though. I do think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. As far as just keeping them on the toes. What are you talking about, Knowledge? See, when we talked about this earlier, Knowledge, when we talked about the Proof of Keys Day, what did you say as far as unexpected problems that could arise with, you know, people withdrawing their money? You mentioned something like that. If I scrolled back up, you said something about that. I don't think I replied at the time. Well, Max, that's something I need to actually review. I still need to review this. I've not reviewed it yet. I will review this, guys. One of the coolest things I loved about this is that you can actually just display your Bitcoin address here. So if someone wants to pay you, you could just let them see it there, and they can scan it and send it. I've got this to review, and I've got the KeepKey to review as well. I need to review those. Ideally, I want to do the kind of hardware wallet reviews more often. As the problem is, though, for a 20-minute review, I might have to spend a day or so actually playing about with it, because I don't have to just test the software. I need to try and, you know, send some payments back and forth. I need to try and figure out if there's any errors and bugs and other things. Well, I like to do that. So it becomes quite time consuming, and then I keep pushing it back because I've got other things to do. And then days turns to weeks, turns to months, and I will get to it eventually. Proof of keys could cause a panic, a price drop, a negative publicity, FUD. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. But I just think it's a good idea to try and keep exchanges on their toes. I think it's a good idea to keep them on their toes as far as, you know, as far as keeping them doing the right thing as well. I don't think it's healthy for them to rely on people always just leaving their money with them. I don't think that's good. I think it's good to remind them every now and then that people can withdraw the money. And I saw problems with this a long time ago in the poker world, and especially at the end, we saw poker companies, and they should have been putting the players' funds into a separate account, and they didn't, and they spent the money because they didn't think everyone would withdraw their money at the same time. Caused a lot of problems. And yeah, I think it's good to keep them on their toes. It said the connection there was slow there for a second. I didn't see any problems with it though. LGBT plus coin. You never know. Hi Joseph, good to see you, mate. I think that people should generally keep any significant funds off exchanges all the time, not advocate one day to withdraw it all. I think, yeah, I would agree with that. I think you should keep funds on exchanges if you're a trader, not all your funds, but a small percentage. If you're trading, you need to obviously keep money on exchanges. For everyone else, I think you need to send the money there, do your trades, and send it back. I do realise the impracticality of that sometimes, as far as the deposits and the withdrawals take time, and sometimes you want to try and catch it at a certain price and all that kind of thing, or you've got your bids and your ass at a certain price to do the trades that you want. So sometimes it might take days or weeks for those prices to be met, which means that your money's just sitting there. But yeah, generally try and keep it in your own wallet. Keep the coins in your own wallets, your QT wallets, your hardware wallets, whatever, rather than you know, keeping it on their server. The reason I got BlueStacks was to ETN app for Android to use their simulation miner. Keeps bugging out due to large traffic and with such a small amount each day at high memory. I think that one of the reasons not to keep your money on exchanges all the time as well is not just because, you know, as far as it's not just because of the exchange itself, as far as are they reliable, are they trustworthy and all that, but even good exchanges that are backed and ran by good people can and will be attacked, and they could get hacked, and then we can see problems arise with that. If you remember the Maple Exchange thing that happened a month or two ago, where they had one little line of code wrong, which meant that the fee for a Bitcoin was negative. Someone went in there, sent lots and lots of trades to each other every minute, and took a huge amount of money from their funds from Bitcoin, and they were in a position where they were struggling to pay people with their own, let them withdraw their money back. So even if the exchange is acting in good faith and they're not being malicious, some other parties might not be. They might attack the exchange. As crypto, even secure exchanges can be attacked, and they can be compromised. So don't take that risk when you don't have to. So what's all your plans this year for 2019? Has anyone got any significant cryptocurrency plans as far as mining goes, trading goes? Is anyone looking to invest in mining hardware? Is anyone looking to sell? What's your plans this year, guys? Anyone trying to get involved in masternodes? Anyone involved in projects right now or looking to help out in a project? I'd love to know how you guys are going to, tackle this year as far as cryptocurrency goes. Selling all my coins which are not Bitcoin. Hugh said he's going to sell all his coins which are not Bitcoin, so he's going to focus on Bitcoin. Norlis is definitely not getting back into mining. Joseph is looking for a Zell node. They're launching at the end of January. What's the tiers for that again? Is it 10, 50, 100 or something like that? I think it's around that. Crypto Jim, still mining on my 4 rigs. Will never stop mining. Still investing. £100 into crypto each month. This time next year, Rodders. Hi, Brit VR. Good to see you, mate. Hope you had a good New Year, a good Christmas and New Year. Excuse me. There's 2 Z9 minis. He's still earning $45 a day. That's interesting. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, how you're getting on with that. Hodo, no more investing. I would like to research more about the Lightning Network and the weird plugin for it. The Queso node. Muddy, speak to Nollis about this. Nollis is your man for that. Nollis is your man to speak to about that. He got one. Granted, he's having problems with it. But, yeah. Ooh. Hoping for Ethereum to switch to proof of work, to progressive proof of work. What's happening with proof of stake, Blacklight? What's happening with that? Dolo Gore, I'm in Gincoin Masternode. Won't be doing more Masternodes for now. How's Gincoin doing? Max saying Ethereum will be fun to watch this year. Nollis is not looking to get his own Masternode, but waiting for Zell to launch theirs so he can stick some of his money into that. BritVR, I got one too. Shout out to BritVR. I'll post his YouTube channel here. He's got a really good YouTube channel. Check it out, guys. Show him some love. I think the last time we really spoke in length, you were just getting your Z9. I think it was a few months ago, wasn't it? Yeah, so Nollis, the reference I was talking to with Nollis here, Nollis got a Casa node delivered. Was it from the States? Was it from the States? I can't remember if it was from the USA. And it's basically not been working. So he got it imported and it's not been working yet. But I think they're going to send you a replacement. Muddy funds us how to use it. Is it for Bitcoin portage? Bitcoin. Oh, right. Okay, talk about the Casa node. I'll wait for Knowledge to talk about that. Joseph is going to do a shared Zell node with a couple of guys and then my personal node. That's good. I was told that Cashcoin will go under next month. I've never even heard of that coin. I think 1 year of proof of stake in Ethereum. Yeah, I mean, I've been reading about Ethereum going proof of stake for like a year and a half now. Will I be mining at all in 2019? I've only got one 1080 Ti in my PC. I've got another one sitting in a box, which if I don't sell, is just going to get put in my PC. If I do some mining, then what I might do is if I put the other 1080 Ti in my PC, it means that I can stream and, you know, I can mine in the background with the other 1080 Ti. But whether I'm going to just leave my computer running on all the time, 24 hours a day to mine, I don't think so. I really don't think so. But what I would like to do in the future, maybe even just from my channel's point of view, maybe just from my channel's point of view, I'd like to explore some ASIC miners and FPGAs just to test them and things like that. But I don't know whether doing that financially is a smart decision when my channel's not making money. But I would like to test them and things. The problem that I've got, you know, even if a company out there sent me an ASIC miner to test, and you know, be very lucky if they did do that. But because of the high rates in the UK and because of the low profits right now in crypto, a company could send me an ASIC mining machine which could be profitable, you know, in Canada and USA, but I'd be running at a loss, so I couldn't even run it. I'd have to basically test it and then sell it. You know, just by the way the crypto market is in just now, it just doesn't make sense for me or anyone else in the UK to mine. It really doesn't. But what I could do is maybe mine by renting HashPower, by, you know, renting rigs on mining rig rentals or something like that. I could maybe do that for some newer coins if they're not on exchanges yet. I can maybe do that. I'd be more likely to do that and rent HashPower, buy HashPower than buy equipment myself. Hey Torres, Happy New Year all the way from South Africa. Jin now have 7,000 masternodes in the platform and API platform. No problems with rewards. Halving in February. Alright, so do you think the price will go up at that point? Getting paid out in Ethereum at the moment from mining. Want to get a couple of coins, then back to Bitcoin if it goes well. Yeah, Ethereum setting was at 140 or something. So Knowledge saying, so Knowledge get the Casa node thing, which is like the Lightning Network, but I think it can be used for some other things. Failed on setup, couldn't generate a wallet, and now can't do anything because it thinks it has already generated a wallet. Casa said it's the only time they've ever seen it happen. I could fall in a barrel of tits and come up sucking my thumb. Did you not say there was someone else in the community that said they had the same problem though? Kevin, how much is a 1080 Ti? I was selling them for like 570 or something on AV forums, but that was a few months ago. You know, with the price drops of other graphics cards, I'm not sure what the market is like just now. I'll have to, you know, I'll pick this up in a week or so and then try and sell it, and I'll either drop the price or I'll use it. If I had another CPU and that, I was thinking I could build another PC and use it for downstairs, but to be honest, I don't need it. I've got another, no, I was pointing there, it's not sitting there, the stand's sitting there, but the laptop I've got downstairs is pretty good. I don't need anything else just now, to be honest. Constantinople fork, mainnet hard fork schedule for block. Right. Classic Vision hard fork. All Ethereum holders will receive 3 Ethereum, what's that, ETCV for each Ethereum in their wallets. So there's going to be a few hard forks with Ethereum. Brett VR got his Casa node in December, and I'm building as many channels as possible with merchants and others. I'm using my Z9 Mini on NiceHash to collect for channels. That's interesting. Have you got a few videos about it? Brad, have you got a few videos about the... Oh, you do actually. Right, so... But if he has actually, that's good you've got that. So you can see if you look down here, this video. My cat, I'll let the ad play. So this video here is a review of the Casa Bitcoin Lightning node. I think this is the one that Nola's got as well. So he's got a review of this and he shows you how it works. That's quite. I might check that out myself later when I've got time. 10 minutes long. So that'd be good. It shows you how it all works and what it does. That's good. Look at the other one. Right, there's another one there as well. Most profitable Bitcoin is it that one? Most profitable Bitcoin Lightning channels. Setup. Is that the one you're talking about? This one? Wait to see if that's the one you're talking about. Jen is a good team and I like the... Yes, right, okay. So this one. Right, so this is the other one. I'll post this one as well. This is the other video. And check that one out as well. I'll need to check these out. I've not been watching a lot of videos recently as far as crypto goes. That's good. I'll need to check that out. That's good. That's interesting. Dologo says, Jen is a good team and I like the coin max supply 10 million. Good features on wallet, mixing private senders on a MasterCard Polis in Mexico beta. The thing is, yeah, I'm not professional. I've looked at Jen coin before at the start of last year, or April or something like that. What I found as well, when I was looking at a lot of new coins last year, everyone would say that's a Jen coin clone. That's a Jen coin clone. So Jen coin was certainly one of the ones they kind of set up that whole Masternode coin. They had so many people copying Jen coin, it was ridiculous. But I'll need to check it out again because it looks like they're still working on it. So Norris was saying there. So with regards, if I go back, I'm gonna use BritVR's video here just to show you. I hope that's okay. So you can see the node here from Brett. So check out this whole video. Now, what Norris was saying there was that Casa said that they're not going to make any more after the latest batch. Now, is that something to be worried about? Are they going to continue to update to provide support and things like that if that's the last time they do it? I don't know. I'm not professing to know a lot about it, but I'd certainly be a little bit worried by the fact of saying, we're not going to sell this anymore. You want to be hearing we're going to do another version, we're going to do version 2. Hopefully that doesn't mean that they're going to just abandon the project. Hopefully it will still work and you'll still get support. Hugh Simpson, Kevin, I'm looking to get a new graphics cards to play X-Plane 11. What condition is your 1080 Ti like and price, etc.? Well, I was selling it for 575 delivered. I'll need to check prices to see what others are selling at. The one that I bought was like £900 at the time, but you could maybe get a 2080 second hand for about the same price, and maybe for gaming that will work out better. I think for video editing, my 1080 Ti is maybe still better in some regards, but yeah, I can sell that. I'll check AV forums to see what the current price is. Got my 1070 Ti for $500 in January 2018. Got 6, was told it would ROI in 4 months. What brand? I've got the A6. In fact, I'll just... So the one that I've got, and you can see it's been sold here, 605. Is that the right one? I don't know if that's right. No, that's a 2070. This is the one that I've got. That's the one I've got. £750 new there, it says. Yeah, that's the one I've got. So it's a really fast gaming edition one. It was an absolute beast. Never had any complaints with it. It's not actually been switched on in like 3 months. It's just been sitting there. I don't think so, because I think Casa's plan is to sell the software OS. Ah, right, okay. Well, I suppose as long as the software and all that is still working, that's okay. Muddy now officially worried. From what I can tell, having to deal with hardware logistics support has been a bollock for a small company like Casa. Yeah. And it's not like, it's not something that you can outsource. You know, it's not like a, you know, like a sales team that you can outsource support to India or the Philippines. This is quite a unique, it's quite a unique product, and only they know how to troubleshoot things. But I'm surprised they didn't prepare for that. I'm surprised they didn't prepare for that. Maybe they've just been overwhelmed by the level of support. You think they would have like discussion forums? That would probably be better than ticket support. I'm not sure how they've set up support. Casa customers have these nodes for free, so I think they will continue to update them. I've still got a Raspberry Pi, which has still got RetroPie on it for games, but I could set up a Lightning Network node with the Raspberry Pi, but I looked at it and it looked like it was going to be a day of messing about with things, and I thought, nah, I can't be bothered with that. From a financial point of view, how much will these Casa nodes make long term, do you think, over say 2019? What do you think you'd make? I do like the idea of it. When I looked at the price, I thought it was a little bit too much. See if I can find this out. Casa. See if I can find anything about his profits. And all it says is Casa node will make him at least 1,000 Satoshis. Let's return to this in a year and see how accurate that was. I found that there's another good review of this here. My first impressions of the Casa Bitcoin node. So this guy's got an unboxing and all that as well. Try to see if his comments about I love that. Come on, do something. I'm not sure if is this guy going to talk about profits. I'll leave a link to this. This seems like a good article as well. I'm not sure if the guy talks about profits when you search for the dollar sign. Oops. Right, dollar. Let's see if I can find a dollar symbol here. State price at $300, and I don't see anyone talking about how much it makes. Nope. It's not profitable. Routing fees are aptly described as unfairly cheap, so you'd earn a few cents equivalent per week or so. Typical routing fees are the order of 1 sat per 10,000 sats routed, so you'd need to route 0.01 Bitcoin per every cent of earnings. Significant profit is not currently possible, but Lightning is growing fast. So does this have the potential to make money if the Lightning network grows to a particular, to a certain level? If you want to make money, teach people how to set up nodes and take them down. People will pay for that. I've made about 20 Satoshis running a light node on a Pi in my living room. So it doesn't seem to be profitable, certainly not in the short term. It's all about supporting the network, just like mining, except you're not losing money and lining the pockets of your electricity supplier. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'd love to see these kind of things, long term. These kind of things should really be built into, I don't know, different appliances and all this. Maybe you'll have your washing machine running the Lightning Network. It would be cool to set it up, though. I would like to even just explore it, and maybe I'll maybe have a second look at the Raspberry Pi thing. I was just conscious of the fact I didn't want to spend 3 days on it, like messing about with it. But once it's actually set up, it'd be good to see how it all works. So what's gonna happen with the Casa operating system? Are they going to offer that for free? So could you, in theory, run the Casa node software, use all that software, and use it on a Raspberry Pi? Is that possible? I have no idea. there's a comment here. As many of our channels have crashed, Chang added up the money in our node to see if we lost anything, and it turned out we'd made about 125 minutes in just 1 week on an investment of $2,000, spread over 200 channels. That is over 5% per week. We paid about $60 in transaction fees to set up all the nodes. So basically, we earned that back in 3 to 4 days, and all returns after that are profit. Not taking the time to set up the nodes and all that. We can always close our channels and get our $2,000 investment back plus all the fees we earned. I'm actually more confused now than ever as far as how they made money. I need to look more into this. I really don't know enough about it. Dologor, my plan for 2018 is to promote Flashcoin in various ways. I was the first human ATM in Bulgaria. The wallet also supports Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dash, and has a peer-to-peer active map. Never heard of that. Casa make their money primarily from their multi-signature wallet solution for people with loads of Bitcoin. Ah, right, okay. I'll need to, I've emailed myself the Raspberry Pi setup guide for the Lightning Network, so I need to sit down and look at that and see how all that works. But time is not something I have a lot of, if I'm honest, but I do like to explore these things and mess about. If Lightning gets much bigger, much quicker, these Lightning nodes could make a bit of money, but it's never going to be that much, really. Muddy Fuster, your toast is ready and you have made 2,000 Satoshis on the Lightning Network so far this morning. You superstar, you. Right, guys, I'm going to have to go over and have a fantastic New Year's dinner with my parents. Looking forward to it. Starting to get hungry. Thanks for dropping by, guys. It's been fun. I know we've just kind of went on a tangent and talked about a lot of different things. But I'm going to start doing a lot more streams, hopefully a few streams a week. Hopefully we can do some more streams and talk about lots of different coins, explore different things, and chat more often. So thanks again. And I'll post a link to that video by Britain again. So there's Britain's Casa node video. Check it out if you want to learn more about Casa nodes. I need to watch that as well to learn more about it. Have a happy new year, guys. Have a great one. Hope it's a good one, and hopefully I'll catch up with you all very soon. Show some love to Brit VR. He's a really good YouTuber, and you know he's covering different subjects from me as well. He's talking about Z9 minis and the Casa node and all that, things that I haven't really been covering. So check him out. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. And thus we begin our 2019 crypto journey into the unknown. Yeah, great summary, guys. So yeah, have a good one, guys. I'll speak to you all very soon. And yeah, I'll try and do a stream over the next few days, hopefully at one point. And we'll have another chat. So take care, guys. Have a good one. I hope you have a nice time with your families, etc. So speak to you all very soon. And this time next week, we'll all be Bitcoin millionaires, no doubt. Cheers, guys. Take care.